Yo, what's going on, YouTube family? We're back. This is the week over, I should say. This is the start of the week. Sunday starts the week. But this is the Sunday night wrap-up show. We're going to be diving into everything that happened this past week. So we live again. We are live again. Shout out to everybody that's going to jump in. Hey, jump in. Let me know where you're checking in from. Not going to keep you long tonight. We're not going to keep you long tonight. Make sure this camera got my face real good so I'm not looking crazy. Let me see here. Bam, there we go. That's a little bit better. So, yeah, jump in. Let me know where you checking in from. Not going to keep you long. We just got a few things. We're going to piggyback off of what we was talking about last night and something that we didn't get into. And we're going to talk about primarily, of course, the Falcons. And then we're going to jump towards the end. We're going to mention the Braves just a little bit. Just a little bit. So jump in. Let me know where you checking in from, where you're watching from. We'll give it a few seconds. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Hope everybody is ready to go to work. I know I'm not. I ain't ready to go to work. I'm not going to lie. But the good thing about me is that, about my job, is that I work at night. So on Sundays, with this particular week coming up, I kind of get to sleep in while everybody else getting up early. So that's why I'm able to do these live streams kind of late. Although I need to do them kind of early so that more people can check in. So, but yeah, it's cool, man. It's real cool. I don't get to go to work. I get to kind of chill out until like 3-4 o'clock in the evening before I go to work. So but hey, appreciate everybody who's tuning in. Shout out to everybody. Be sure you hit that like button. We got a lot to talk about tonight, and we're going to try to do it in like an hour. We're going to try to hold it at an hour. I'm going to try to, but when I get to running my mouth, y'all know how I can get. I just start talking. But we want to talk about some stuff. We'll go ahead and jump into it, man. Appreciate everybody who's tuned in. There's something that's going on that I really didn't talk about yesterday during the live stream. And we talked about the Matthew Bergeron extension. I can't think of the amount of years. I know that it's $90 million, and I think that it's $60 million of that guaranteed. So we know that Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and now Matthew Bergeron, those three have been paid quite well. Them dudes been paid. Now, as high as I am on Kyle Pitts, I really was shocked that they extended Kyle Pitts the way that they did, though. I'm not even gonna lie, but I didn't expect for them to do it this early. I should say, not this early. I don't know. I didn't expect for them to do it before Bijan, I should say. And that leads me into this next thing, Bijan Robinson. Bijan Robinson, of course, he's at camp, but he's not really practicing. He's not doing anything. He's what they call a hold in. So he's there, but he's not participating. And so, of course, he's trying to get paid. And I want to bring up some numbers here, what Bijan is looking for. So on your screen here, let's see here. Bam. Bijan Robinson. He's looking upward. He's trying to basically reset the market. That's what he's trying to do. Bijan Robinson is trying to reset the market. I think that he's 100% worth it. 100%. And that's why I was saying I'm kind of shocked. Not so. I probably would have taken care of Bijan before I did anybody else. That's just me. I probably would have did Bijan before I did Drake and Kyle Pitts, because the number when it comes to running backs is going to be astronomical the longer you wait. As far as with what's up, Rory? What's up, man? Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you checking in, brother. Appreciate you. 4-year on contract. Bergeron. That's right, Matthew Bergeron. So it's 4 years. 4 years, $90 million, and $60 million of that is guaranteed. So that's a pretty good chunk of change for a lineman, an offensive lineman. But of course, with the exit of Caleb McGarry, I figured they were gonna do something like that, but I didn't expect them to do something like that before Bijan Robinson. So if you take a look at Bijan Robinson, he's looking at that dude trying to get 25. And you know, like how the league treat running backs. The league does not treat running backs nicely. I mean, it don't even matter how good you are. They just do not like to pay running backs. I get it. But when it's come to Bijan Robinson, that's an exception. That's an exception. The thing with Bijan is that the dude just can do so much, and I can't explain it. He's going to reset the market. He's going to get 20. That's guaranteed right there. That's guaranteed. And the thing is, you want to keep guys like that. Now, I'm not all into all of that, kissing the behinds of the players and everything. Man, look, we pay y'all a lot of money. Look, forget kissing the behind. Forget all of that. But when it comes to Bijan, when like just the type of runner back he is, yeah, you got to kiss his behind. I think you should have signed him before Matthew Bergeron. Although I know that they're going to probably get this deal done. You're not going to go into the season with Bijan Robinson not signed. That's just not going to happen. So I'm not even really worried about it or whatnot, but it's just kind of, I want to know their train of thought, what they are thinking when they said, okay, we got Bijan as a hold-in who's not going to participate in any activities until he has a new contract. But we got Matthew Bergeron. Oh, let's give him $90 million. I don't get that. I don't get it. I don't get it. So as you can see, his current deal, he's entering Bijan. Speaking of, he's entering the 4th year of his contract, his rookie contract, with his 5th year option already exercised by the Falcons through 2027. His current pay, he's set to make under $7 million. He's set to make under $7 million for the current season and $11.3 million on his 5th year option for the next year before any new extension kicks in. And the market target is projected to surpass Saquon Barkley's $20.6 million annual benchmark, aiming for a deal potentially valued near $25 million per year. So again, the market is going to definitely reset once Bijan Robinson is signed. It's going to be reset because right now Saquon is that dude, and I think that Bijan is way past Saquon when it comes to talent. EQRC7587, appreciate you checking in, man. Appreciate you checking in. He says that's the Falcons. I know that's the Falcons. They manage to do things that have you scratch your head sometimes. They'll make you scratch your heads. And, I just don't. I'm all for the guy. Like, I actually agree. I definitely agree with the contract with Drake London, the extension. I agree with Kyle Pitts. And I'm not mad at the extension of Bergeron, but I'm not ecstatic about it either, because I just think that's still kind of overpaid for a lineman. That's just me. Shout out to Bergeron. Get your money, bro. Get your money, man. So I'm not mad at him, but I just would have paid. There's no way Bijan should be the last one getting paid, which I know the number is going to be astronomical when he does get paid, but still, you just got to take care of him first. I think you take care of him before you do anybody else. I probably would have got him right up there with Drake London. Whether you got Drake first or Bijan first, it really wouldn't matter to me. But as long as one of those two got taken care of in order, I mean, that would have been fine with me. That just fine with me. Shout out to everybody who coming in. Appreciate y'all tuning in. If you don't mind smashing that like button for me, I really do appreciate it. And so the negotiation, it's going to go into, I don't necessarily think that he's going to partake in any type of activities in training camp. I don't think that he's going to really play during the preseason. Speaking of Bijan, which I don't like that. That's why I really would have liked for them to get this thing done before the preseason starts, because we need all of these guys playing some of the preseason. That's what I spoke about yesterday with Kevin Stefanski, saying that, hey, these guys are going to play. These guys are going to play during the preseason. And so that's why I really wanted them to get this thing done with Bijan, because we need him on the field. We need these guys week 1 of the season. We need them in tune with one another, not somebody looking at each other, don't know what route to run, don't know what play they running, don't know how to get a timeout, don't know how to get the play from the sideline, don't know how to sync up with the quarterback, all of that stuff. We can't do that stuff this year. We can't do it. So that's why I don't understand them taking a chance of not getting him signed and risking going into the preseason. I know they probably targeting the beginning of the season, but in my opinion, they need to be targeting the beginning of the preseason so that we get them guys on the field together. Get them on the field together. And so with what the money that we gave my man Bergeron, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I get it. I understand we needed to fill that spot. And Bergeron, I'm not even sure if they're going to move him. I'm guessing they're going to move him over to the right side with the exit of Caleb McGarry. And as I stated yesterday, hey, I don't care if I know he can play the right side. The question is, does he want to? And my answer to that is, I don't care if he want to. Dude, we just gave you $90 million. Take your behind over there to the other side. I don't care if you don't like it. Go. So it's going to – the whole thing is kind of – it's kind of – Bergeron is actually a good guard. He's a good guard. The thing is, I'm just concerned about the money. And so, yeah, also we got some pretty good we got some pretty good feedback off of yesterday's live stream. I got some I got a few emails from people talking about I'm too happy about Jack Strand. Let me just speak on that. I've spoken enough about Jack Strand. But let me just say this, and then we're going to move on to talk about some skilled players, the skilled position players. But Jack Strand, we don't know who he's going to be in the NFL. And this is to all the people who sent me the emails. Like 3 people called me crazy. I should put your email on the stream, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it because y'all Falcons fans too. So y'all family. But to all the people that say Jack Strand is not worth it, he's not good, most of you in your email stated that you are Penix guys. This is what y'all need to understand. And Falcon fans, hear me out. Stop, and this is true when it comes to the Falcons, the Braves, and the Hawks. And I'm sure other teams deal with this too. Stop getting attached to players, because when you get emotionally attached to players, you ignore sometimes their shortcomings on the field, and you put blinders on, and you're willing to ignore what your eyes see based on how you feel about the person. Don't do that. Don't do that, okay? A lot of you told me I'm hating on Michael Penix. You told me I'm hating on Michael Penix. You told me that Michael Penix is a great quarterback. Michael Penix just hasn't been developed. And I agree that he was not developed properly. He was not developed properly by Raheem Morris, Zach Robinson, the OC last year, has not did him no favors. I agree. But Michael Penix was not good. Jack Strand right now looks much better than Penix looked when Penix was in training camp over the last couple of seasons. Jack Strand looks more in command. He's got solid build. He's probably able to take a little more of a pounding without injury than Michael Penix. So let me say this. I don't care who starts as long as the best man starts. So you telling me that I'm a fake fan because I'm saying that I think that either Jack Strand or Tua should start, that just don't make no sense. Why wouldn't I? I don't care. I want the best person to start. That's it. That's all I want. I don't know. I want the best man to win the job that gives us the best chance to win. I don't care about I don't care about all that culture stuff. I don't care about who fits in Atlanta, who look like they from Southwest DeKalb or Decatur. I don't care. It don't, because ain't none of that stuff gonna win. None of that stuff is gonna win. I want the best guy that's going to give us the best chance to win it. So if Penix comes in and shows that he's better than Tua and Jack Strand, hey, let Penix, he should play. He should get the starting job. If Tua comes in and he shows that he's better than Jack Strand and Michael Penix, Tua should start. And I'll be fine with that. Jack Strand proved that he's better than Tua and Michael Penix, he should start. It doesn't matter if he's white or Chinese or Japanese or Pekingese or Blackanese. It don't matter. It don't matter if he's from South Dakota, North Dakota, Texas. It don't matter. The best man plays. All that other stuff don't get you wins. It don't get you wins. So no one is hating on Penix. Nobody is being negative towards Penix. We want the best person on the field, real fans. We don't care about all of that personal, emotionally attached to players. I love everybody. But when it comes to the team, I'm a fan of the team, not of a player. You see what I'm saying? It don't matter if a player is successful, but the team sucks. What good is that? That's no good. So that's all I want to say about that. Jack Strand looks good, and I'm going to stick to that. I'm going to stick to it. He looks good. He's looking better than Penix and Tua, and I like his size, and I like how he has franchise quarterback written all over him. Now, we don't know. Penix had to go out there, and we saw what we saw from Penix. So Jack Strand can get out there and suck too. We don't know. We'll see. But ain't nobody hating on Penix. Why would we hate on somebody that can help us win? That's crazy talk. That's crazy talk. Don't get emotionally attached to the guys. Love the team. You can like players, but the players are going to be up and down. You got to do what's best for the team. ERC says, man, you're right. You're not going to know till he hits the field, but nobody drafted Tom Brady and see what happened. Atlanta traded Brett Favre, and look what happened. Give him a chance. And then he says, do you know how tall Jack is? Is he a smart man that can learn the system? And then he said, I don't like the coach Atlanta chose, but he might turn out to be the man. I think, yeah, what's up, man? Appreciate you checking into the chat, my brother. But, yeah, Jack Strand, if I'm not mistaken, let me double check, though. I want to make sure. I think he's 6'4", like 260 something, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check. Jack Strand, height and weight. Okay, so he's about so he's 6'3", about 243 pounds. Jack Strand is. So he's not a small dude. He's got some size on him. And the thing is, as I was saying yesterday, a thing that we have to be mindful of is we have two of the top candidates for the starting gig who are injury prone. and they are smaller guys. Like Penix is not small in the words of being like a short guy, but he's not a stocky guy. He don't have like no weight on him. Jack Strand got some weight on him, and that's what I was speaking about yesterday. He has the chance to take more punishment without getting injured. Now, that's not a something that's written in stone saying that he's not going to get injured. It's football. Most definitely he can get injured. But just the body type is able to take more blows than probably Penix and Tua without injury. So that's why I like my man Jack Strand. But I just want to address that. I just wanted to address that why people giving me the nasty emails and I really should guys. I should have put them on the screen, but I'm not that petty, man. I'm not that petty. But it's not about people. It's not about the players. And so say when it comes to the team, it's about putting the players who's gonna give the team the best chance to win. All of this, letting your emotional attachment get to your thinking as a fan, it cause you to look at other fans who see the things that are wrong and call those things out. You can't look at those people and say, hey, you're not a real fan, because you're calling out what the bad that you see and also the good. So just because people point out the shortcomings of Michael Penix, or if they point out the shortcomings of Tua, or if they point out the shortcomings of Jack Strand, that don't make them bad fans. That don't mean that they don't love the team. They don't want the team to be successful. They might have a difference in opinion. So nobody's hating against Penix, man. I want Penix to be successful, but I also want the team to be good. So getting back to Bijan, I really want them to get this thing taken care of. You can't go into the regular season. You can't let him sit out throughout training camp and get to the preseason without a contract, without an extension. And then just say, hey, well, we'll just, drag it out, wait till the beginning of the season and take care of it then. No, you got to take care of that now. You got to take care of it now. We got to get those guys in the preseason. We got to get them on top of everything, because we see what this team has done over the last couple of years with guys, starters, not playing in the preseason. They get to the first game of the season and they look terrible. Nobody is in sync with one another. The quarterback can't get the play from the offensive coordinator. The head coach don't know when to call a timeout, all of this stuff. So it's just crazy stuff we can't have this year. We can't have it. Rory says, I like Zach Strand too. I'm a Falcon fan first. Yeah, exactly, man. You're a fan first. We fans first. It's okay to like the players, but I'm not even getting attached to Jack Strand. I'm not attached to any player on the team, no matter how much I like them. And I like guys, especially Penix. I love Penix, man. I love him because he's a down to earth guy. You can just hear him when he talk. He's humble. He's a solid dude. He's already doing a lot in the community. So he's a solid dude. I like him. But none of that is going to win on the field. You see what I'm saying? You got to go out and perform on the field. And that's the old thing. The fan first, you got to look at what's best for the team. Rory says Jack has a cannon for an arm. Yeah, he got a great arm. And I didn't even know his arm was as good as it was, but he definitely has a cannon for an arm. I think he has up there towards Michael Penix's arm. He has a great arm, and I think he can make pretty much all the throws on the field. He can throw that thing long. He can make short, intermediate passes, and he looks good. He looks good. But also what looks good is these the skill positions. I think that the Falcons have the best skill position players in the league. They have the best. Even though Bijan is not playing. And guys, appreciate y'all checking in, man. I really do. We had we peaked out with like 14 people that was watching. That's a lot for me. I'm thankful for that. So God bless y'all, man. But hit that like button for me if you don't mind. We have the best skill players in the league, in my opinion. The best as a group, we do. We have the best as a group. With Drake leading the wide receiver core, we have 3 very underrated receivers in Jahan Dotson, Zachariah Branch, and Olamide Zaccheaus. Those dudes are fast. That's a fast group of receivers. And then you sprinkle in Kyle Pitts at the tight end spot, in which I kind of look at Kyle Pitts as a receiver. He's like basically a receiver. You know, I don't know if they're going to be using Kyle Pitts to do much blocking this year because he hasn't been good in the past with blocking, and I hope that that's something that he worked on because he was terrible blocking. Terrible. So, man, with that money that he got, I hope he, spend some time with the offensive line coaches and stuff and working on his blocking and his footwork, because if you're going to be focusing your game on the run, which I think they are this year, you better make sure these guys can block, although you do have Austin Hooper. So maybe they get Austin Hooper in on those running packages. I don't know. We'll see how everything shake out. But Pitts got to do better blocking. He's got to definitely improve with his blocking. But the skill positions, and then you add in the runner backs with Brian Robinson and Bijan Robinson, we have the best offense, in my opinion, outside of like the quarterback room. I think we have a good offensive line, because the offensive line could be great, but I want to see how we do without Caleb McGarry. But we still have a pretty good offensive line. We have a great core of receivers. Zachariah Branch is looking like he trying to catch Drake for wide receiver number 1. That's what Zachariah Branch looking like. EQRC says, I believe the Falcons will pay Bijan Robinson. They just got to figure out the details to stay under the cap. Yeah, I figured that's the thing. They trying to figure out this cap, and then of course the cap is going to expand next year. The cap is going to expand by $20 million next year. So I think they trying to figure out how they're gonna maneuver this whole thing, keeping in mind the increase in the salary cap starting next season, next off season. So I'm 100% confident that they're gonna get it done. I want them to get it done now. That's just me. I want them to get it done right now, because with the craziness that we've seen with this team not playing its star. If y'all don't notice, but I'm very big on the preseason. I don't know where all this stuff came from, guys not playing in the preseason. But if you don't see it from what I say, you should know that I'm a preseason believer. Guys need to play. And so with Bijan, his contract up in the air, I know it's going to get done. The contract is going to get done. I wanted it to get done before the preseason. I really wanted it to get done now so that he can have time in training camp with the guys, then go into the preseason, playing in the preseason with the first team, and then everybody going into game 1 of the season, everybody on the same page, everybody knowing exactly where they need to be, everything that they need to do. There's nobody guessing on routes. There's nobody guessing on changing the plays. Nobody's guessing what the OC is trying to call. All of that stuff. So that's my only thing. I want them to do it now. I know they're gonna get it done. They're definitely gonna. You gonna sign Bijan Robinson. They gonna do that. And yeah, I know they're trying to figure out the whole salary cap and everything, but I need for them to get that done. They need to get that done ASAP. Victor, what's going on? Victor in the building. Mr. Vic says not only that, but the Falcons are also working with the intent to make him the highest paid running back in the league. Yep, exactly. And that's what I with EQC was just saying, that they're trying to work on him getting him the largest contract for a runner back, but also keeping the salary cap in mind, and also with the increase in the salary cap next year. So it's no doubt that they're trying to work on the contract and keep it in mind the salary cap and everything, because they're going to give him a huge contract. He's going to be the highest paid running back in the league. So I'm sure it's just taking a little bit of time to make sure all that come through. But he's going to be the highest paid. And I wish the Falcons would let this thing linger on past the preseason. You want to hear me talk some junk? Let them not have him signed before the start of the season. I'm going to talk some junk then. Yeah, buddy. But the skills position, man, Rory says keep your eyes on Blair. Yeah, Blair. Yeah, I saw some things about him. He's looking pretty good. Got speed too. That's what I like about these skilled guys that we have. These dudes got speed. It's just like the linebacker core. It's like that linebacker group that we have. Man, those are a group of fast dudes. All of those linebackers that we have, all of those dudes can cover receivers. All of them can. They're just that fast. And then a lot of them are good pass rushers too as well. Now, I want to see how good they're going to be, the run defense is going to be. But, man, speed. They got speed. And that's what this wide receiver core, man, them dudes got speed, man. Everybody can run. Everybody. And then you sprinkle on top of that Kyle Pitts with his size, and he can run too. The skill positions, we got it. We got the best skill position. I don't care who. Who has anything to say. And I like the receivers coach. Who's the wide receiver coach? Let me see. I can't think of his name. Let me look it up. I know I got his face in my head, but I can't remember his name. What is his name? Robert Prince. That's it. Robert Prince. Robert Prince is a outstanding wide receiver coach too. So I think that's going to do a lot for the young cats like Zachariah Branch. Dude has been a good coach for years now. I mean, he's been on the Lions, Dallas. You know, he's the Dolphins. He was with the Dolphins last year. So dude has a lot of experience with great receivers like Tyreek Hill, Calvin Johnson, the guys on Dallas, CeeDee Lamb. So you can't undermine the importance that's going to be for this wide receiver core too, having a coach like that. And the coaches all the way around, in my opinion, especially on the offensive side of the ball, which is, we know we got Jeff Olbrick returning on defense, but on offense, you know, Tommy Reese, it's just, we got a lot of dudes that I think is going to put this team in a better position than they've been in before. So we got to get, I'm telling y'all, Victor said, coach said 1-2 plays in the first game and third game. Yeah, see, me personally, I would love for them to play a quarter. I would love for them to play a whole quarter, the first game. And in that third game, the last game, I really want to see them play a whole half. I can understand not putting them out there the whole game, but that first game of the preseason, hey, play your starters a full quarter. Pull them, go that last game, that third game, they should play the whole half. That's just my way of thinking. I don't think just putting them in for a few plays is enough. No, play them. Make sure they getting the volume in. Don't have them out there just to say, well, we played them in the preseason. Yeah, but you only played them like 3 plays. You only played them for like a couple of possessions. No, get them some real time. Victor says, Falcon fans, get ready. You're not going to recognize this offense. No, you're not, man. You're not. We have the best skill player, and what y'all should know about me is when the season start, my emotions, especially when it comes to game reactions, is I'm gonna be the first one to criticize the team. When we do bad, I'm gonna be the one. I'm gonna come here, even if some of y'all might get mad at me, but I'm gonna call it out. When they do something great, I'm gonna call it out. But I'm calling this out right now. This offense, if they perform, is gonna be something like we haven't seen in a long time with the Falcons. It's gonna be that good if we can get this quarterback position. If we can get this quarterback position right. That's gonna be the big prop. That's the big question mark. Can we get the quarterback position right? If that quarterback position is right, man, this offense is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Absolutely crazy. It's gonna be hard to cover all of the speed. You got speed all over the football field. You got speed all on the side of that offensive side of the ball. Nothing but speed. And so a lot of that is going to come down to, can we get the ball in the hands of all of these guys? If we can get the ball in the hands of all of these weapons, it's going to be hard to beat them. That's what I was trying to tell that Saints fan. That's what I was trying to tell. And the Saints got some big news today. Some guy retired off the Saints suddenly. He just upped and retired. So I wonder what who that for life. I think that's the dude's name that was in our chat last night. Who that for life. I want to know what he got to say about that. And they also just lost one of their defensive linemen for the season with a ACL tear. So I hope he gets better soon. But the Saints not gonna beat them. The Saints not gonna beat the Falcons. They shouldn't. If they beat the Falcons, then man, y'all better get ready to hear my mouth then. If the Saints beat the Falcons, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So it's gonna come down, in my opinion, the NFC South is going to come down to the Panthers and Atlanta. That's just my opinion. The Buccaneers, we got to see what Baker gonna do. Baker seemed like he over the Buccaneers already. He like, man, bump y'all. So we'll see. Victor says they need to play to knock off the rust. Yep, you got to knock off that rust, man. You got to play. You got to play. You got to play in the preseason. And I don't know what Kevin Stefanski planned on doing. I think he, as someone just said earlier in the chat, let's see. Yeah, Rory just said that coach said that they're going to play 1 or 2 plays in the first game and the third game. I don't want them. Kevin Stefanski does not need to make that type of mistake. Those guys need to play again a quarter. A quarter in the first game in that second game, in that last game of the preseason, at least a half of a first half or second half, whatever. First half, second half, but you need to play a whole half. So the first game, a quarter, and then the third game, a half. And then that, I think that should be sufficient. But just throwing them out there a couple of plays, just saying, oh, well, we put them out there. No, man, that's not serving any purpose. Not at all. EQRC says, was it Hill that? Yep, that's right. Hill, he retired. Yep, that's him on the Saints. He's the one that up and retired. And I think he was only like, he only 24 too. He was only 24. He is 24. I said he was, like he died or something. Victor says the Bucs are in trouble. Yeah, they in trouble. Yeah, the Buccaneers are in trouble. Especially with them losing Evans too. And now you got Baker that's unhappy. The defense is up in the air because Vita Vea, he wants out of town. He want to get traded. So the Buccaneers are in trouble. They in trouble. So the Falcons, I think that division, the NFC South, is the Falcons to take. It's theirs to take. As far as it goes, when I think that the only thing is going to be challenging, the Carolina Panthers are going to be right there again. So we're going to have to see how that end up. But I still think they're better than the Panthers. Rory says it's all money with these big name players getting hurt. Yep, you're right. Yep, you're right. That's what it is, pretty much. But you know, it's this thing with for those of you that's just tuning in, appreciate you guys stopping by. Shout out to all of you guys, man. Love y'all, man. This channel is your channel. This channel is for you to come on and voice your opinion and let out your frustrations and your happiness with our teams and stuff, the Hawks, the Braves, the Falcons, whoever. And that's what this channel is for. So if you don't mind, go ahead and hit that like button for me. But so, again, we were talking about this whole Bijan Robinson thing. Again, this is going to get done, in my opinion. It's not something that I don't think that's going to spew over into the season. I think they're going to get it taken care of before the season starts. And also, for those of you who are just joining in, I was responding to some emails that I received on last night after the live stream. Some people who were not too happy with me about being a Jack Strand believer. And they weren't too happy about me saying that Penix has not been good. And I basically explained that we have to stop getting attached to players on the emotional level, and we gotta start believing what our eyes see. And if anybody that has been watching the Falcons over the last couple of years, Penix has had some good spots. Nobody is doubting that. But overall, I don't see franchise quarterback in Penix. Can that change? Yes. But overall, we just want we want the guy back there under center who's going to win us football games. If that's Penix, so be it. If it's Tua, so be it. If it's Jack Strand, so be it. But I'm not allowing my emotional connection to how good of a person somebody is to cause me to ignore what I've seen with my own eyes on the field. What I've seen with my own eyes on the field, I have not been impressed with Michael Penix. I just have not. I've been impressed with Tua. I've been impressed with Jack Strand. And for everybody that's saying that, hey, well, Tua is you like Tua, you don't have faith in Penix, but you got faith in Tua. Man, did you see what Tua did to us last year? Now Tua, he threw a lot of interceptions. He gotta control his interceptions. But did you see what Tua did to us in the bins? Blew us out the bins. I was at that game. Blew us out of the bins. And he looked good. And he wasn't slinging the ball 60 yards downfield on pass. He was eating us up with those eating us up with short intermediate passes. Eating us up. With Waddle just eating us up. A-Chain eating us up. Running right at J.D. Bertrand. But Tua balled. So Tua has potential. Penix has potential too, but I got to see it in the game now because I've seen him in the game already, and I'm not impressed. That don't mean I got something personal against Michael Penix. That don't mean that at all. Not at all. But this about what are you doing on the field? That's what it's about, man. Victor says Jack is balling. Yeah, he is, man. Jack looks good. Rory says Jack is going to be a monster. I agree. Vic says I like the fact that we have two quarterbacks that don't have injuries or history of injuries. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, man. And look, I'm gonna talk. They were like, man, you keep talking about. They were going off on it. It was like 3 emails and people going off on me about my take on Jack Strand. And they were Falcon fans too, but they didn't like my take. But if you want to email me, you can send me emails too, y'all. Uncut Atlanta SPO. Uncut Atlanta SPO. Actually, let me put it. I'll put it in the chat too, so that y'all can email me if y'all got questions or something, whatever. At Uncut Atlanta Sports at Gmail. There we go. So that's my email right there in the chat. Y'all can email me anytime with your comments. If you don't want to say something in the comment sections of videos or in the chat, you can email me. I answer emails. It's all good. We friends. We family. I love y'all. But yeah, nobody's hating on Penix, man. Nobody is hating on Penix. Nobody is trying to see Penix fail. Nobody is wishing the worst for Penix. If Penix is the best quarterback, may he win. Put him in there. Let's see him. And the same goes for Tua and Jack Strand. That's what it is. But we got to get past some of y'all fans out there get emotionally attached to guys. And I can understand that because you become, they good. Some of them are good people. Not all of them not good people. But guys like Michael Penix are really good. You can just tell are genuinely good people. And it's hard. It's easy to gravitate to them and ignore what you see on the field just because they're a good person. And you can't do that. You can't do it. You can't do that. That's the problem with Atlanta teams. I said the same thing about Jalen Johnson. I said that I think that Jalen Johnson is an okay player right now. He can get better. Jalen Johnson on the Hawks. I said that he's an okay player. I said, but right now he's overrated. I'm not high on him, and boy, they lit me up. The fans that like him personally ignored what they saw in the playoffs and jumped down my throat, and they forgot what their eyes saw in that series against the Knicks when the pressure was on. So I'm all for liking guys, but I'm all about the team first. What's going on, Who That For Life, man? Who That For Life Chris has entered the chat, everybody. What's up? What's up, fam? How you doing tonight, man? He said, I know I had to come back for round 2. Hey, come on, man. You welcome. You welcome here, man. Y'all got a lot of news that happened with y'all squad out there, man. What happened? You got people retiring at the age of 20. You got people tearing their ACLs just standing still. And, man, what's going on? Talk to me, Who That For Life. What's going on, man? What's going on, man? Y'all a mess over there in New Orleans. Sounds like I'm at the lower that number. I gave you 6 games that y'all probably going to win. I think I might need to lower that thing down to 4 games. I'm thinking it might be 4 now, right now. EQRC says, I just believe if he gets hit in the knee, he might not recover and be able to return at all. And I don't want the man to be a cripple for, and that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. EQRC. You gotta think, and that's the scary thing about Tua. That's the scary thing about Tua is that he's one hit away. That if he gets hit and hits his head or anything, somebody makes helmet to helmet contact with him, he's out. He's gonna be out, and so that's gonna affect him, not just his football career, but the rest of his life. And so that's another thing that I'm looking at with Tua, because again, you want the dudes to be able to live a good life too. You don't want the guys to be 40 years old and they can't even put the shoe on. So you want them to be healthy. So that's the thing you're worried about with Tua, and also with Penix, you worry about him getting hit in those knees. And that's where those linemen, D linemen and ends and linebackers and stuff, when they rushing, that's what they going. They reaching for your legs and stuff. The quarterback's leg. So you just don't want him to, as you said, he can end up being crippled for his life if he gets another serious injuries to those knees. So that's another thing to think about with Penix. Who That For Chris says, good to see you tapped in. Yeah, man. I keep my nose. I keep my nose down. I keep my ears to the street, man. I know. I see what I got. All them updates today from New Orleans, man. I got it. I hate that heel tore his ACL. I hate that, man. I hope he recovers. But man, y'all a mess over there though. Y'all a mess, dude. Y'all are a mess, man. Like I said, dude. Last night I said I gave y'all 6 games. I gave you 6 games, but man, it's gonna be a miracle if y'all get 3. I mean, if y'all get 3 games, that's gonna be a straight up miracle. And that's being conservative right there. 3 games. But y'all a mess, man. So yeah, man, the skill position players that we have with the Falcons, we have the best. It's the best group of skill position players out there. It's the biggest, it's the fastest group of receivers out there. You got a strong running back core, all of it. You got it all. Who That For Life says, coming from pump crowd noise in the stadium is hilarious. Look, you can Who That For Life, man. Check this out. Y'all need to pump. Y'all gonna have to pump something in that dome down there in New Orleans. Y'all might need to try to pump some noise in there this year. Y'all gonna have to pump something in there. I don't know what y'all gonna have to pump. Whatever that stuff is that sprayed in the air that caused the Hulk to turn into the Hulk or whatever, y'all gonna need to do that. Cause y'all need to pump something in there, cause y'all gonna be bad, brother. Y'all are gonna be terrible, man. Good grief. Y'all gonna be unbearable. Y'all, the Saints, again, I know that y'all are rebuilding. I know that y'all got basically a second-year quarterback. So I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt a little bit. But y'all are terrible, man. Dude, y'all are awful. The Saints might be the worst team in the NFL next year. I wouldn't put it past the Saints to be the worst team in the NFL. I wouldn't put it past the Saints from being the worst team. So who that for life, man? Y'all, you just need to go work. You need to go focus on, you need to go focus on pumping some noise in that stadium that y'all have. Because what y'all getting ready to put out there, man, it ain't going to be nothing pretty, brother. It ain't going to be nothing pretty, man. Nothing pretty at all. At all. And again, I said it last night. If the Saints win 8 games, who that for life? If they win 8 games, I'll do a special live stream for you. But I can say that because I know I won't have to. Because after everything that happened today, y'all ain't going to win. Dude, I said 6 games, y'all. Y'all ain't winning no 6 games. Man, y'all ain't winning no 6. Yeah, on Madden, y'all going to win 6 games. But in the real NFL, man, y'all ain't winning no 6 games. Y'all going to be up there with y'all going to be up there with Kirk Cousins and the Raiders. Y'all going to be like 1 and y'all going to be like 2 and 6 after, like 1 and 6 after week 7. It's going to be bad, man. Who that for life says, we get you down here. Don't worry about nothing on this side. Hey, man, I ain't worried about it, man. I ain't worried about it. I'm not on any. If you go look at any of the New Orleans Saints podcasts and YouTube channels and their live streams, you not going to see me. You ain't going to see me in anybody in none of their chats. You not going to see me in any of their comment sections at all. We Falcons over here, baby. That's what we worry about. We worry about the Falcons over here. So you right, man. You right. We ain't worrying about nothing over there in the swamp. I ain't about to worrying about it. It ain't nothing to worry about, man. I'm focusing on Carolina. I look at Carolina. I follow Carolina. But I don't follow nothing really about the Saints. I mean, I just saw a article pop up on ESPN about the dude that retired and the guy that hurt his knee, tore his ACL, but I wasn't looking for it because there's no need to. Y'all ain't no good. Y'all ain't nothing to look for. It's nothing to look. Why would I go look up something about the Saints? Who in the world would do that? Victor says we're not. I know, Vic, man, we ain't worrying about that stuff, man. Who that for life says coming from the fan of a team that signed Kirk Cousins to a max deal just to sign his replacement 2 weeks later. And what did fans like me do? Now, this channel is fairly new. I didn't have this channel back when all of that went down with Kirk Cousins. I've only had this channel for like a month and a half now. And so if I had my channel back, if you spoke with me then when that happened, I didn't like that then. I didn't like that. I didn't like us drafting Michael Penix. I didn't agree with that. But even with Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix, y'all still got dusted last year. Y'all couldn't beat them. Y'all couldn't beat 2 mediocre quarterbacks last year. Y'all lost every game to 2 quarterbacks who one can't even move, and the other dude, well, neither one of them can really move. Y'all got beat by them. So what are you talking about, man? Like, what are you doing? What are you talking about, who that for life? Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix beat you. You got beat by them. You got swept last year against the Falcons. But you won't hear talking about somebody pumping noise into a stadium years ago. What are you talking about, man? You sound ridiculous, Who Dat for Life. See, you was my brother. Now you just talking crazy now. Now you talking crazy. Who Dat for Life. He going in tonight. Just seems like Arthur Blank in the head, just throwing at the wall, trying to see what sticks. Again, who that for? Again, man, just go tap into the Saints, my brother. Go tap into the Saints. But we Gucci over here, man. We Gucci over here in Atlanta. We got a few things we trying to work the kinks out on with the quarterback situation. We got, but we Gucci. We good. We all right. We ain't worrying about New Orleans. We worried about Carolina. That's it. We ain't worried about no New Orleans. EQRC says, yes, all Atlanta has to worry about is Carolina. Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, worried about Carolina, man. I think Carolina is going to be a team that still is going to give us a little bit of a run. But Who Dat for Life talking about New Orleans and stuff, he's going to suck too. They stink. EQRC says we just can't seem to beat Carolina. Yeah, for some reason, man. I don't know why them dudes let Bryce Young let that dude. I mean, oh my goodness. That dude carved us up, man. That dude carved us up, man. That little dude on Carolina. Young, man, he was, throwing passes, looking away, and all of that stuff. And so we got to put an end to all that this year. We can't allow little Young to do us like he did us over the last year or so. We can't do that. You got to beat Carolina this year. They a tough team. They got a little bit better too in this offseason. So it ain't gonna be no easy feat. The only easy win this year is gonna be the Saints. Those are like, you can kind of just go ahead and chalk them in as wins right there. But, the Buccaneers and Carolina are going to be a little bit of a challenge, but Carolina is going to be more of a challenge than anything. Victor says he had to get away from the trash bin for a fresh breath of air. It's funky in New Orleans. Oh my goodness. Yeah, New Orleans, man. I told they it ain't some ain't right in New Orleans, man. Some in the water over there. I like New Orleans, but some is, I don't know. Victor says coaching was terrible last year. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man. The coaching was bad. The coaching lost. When we lost last year, some of it was the players too. But a lot of it was bad coaching decisions. The decision that Raheem Morris made not to get rid of Marquise Williams, the special teams coordinator, after like the first, 5 weeks of the season, after the special teams just kept screwing up over and over and over and over again. That was the first mistake. Second mistake is not bringing in competition for the kicking position in the offseason. That was the first. That was the other mistake. Then, of course, you got Raheem Morris not knowing when to call timeouts. Then you had with Michael Penix, you had him and Zach Robinson not even able to get the plays to one another. Like they didn't even know how to get the plays into the game. So it was coaching really did hurt this team last year. It was really coaching. You know, you had some player issues in there too, but most of that stuff was coaching. That's what that was. Rory Brewer says, "Who that for life needs to get your bags ready." Who that for life says we better get our blood pressure medication. Well, I mean, the blood pressure medication, if we got to use it because we're in games, in high stress games that we win, and the stress of the game gets us, we got to pop a few blood pressure pills. Okay, we'll do that. But at least we're going to be in the game. We're going to be in the game. Y'all not going to be in the game, man. Y'all not going to be in any game. Again, once again, who that for life? Man, go on your Saints podcast. All of the Saints, New Orleans, radio station podcast, all that stuff. Go over there, man. Go over there. All right. That's what you need to be worried about, brother. Don't worry about the Falcons. I'm telling you, nobody on the Falcons, no Falcon fan is worried about the Saints at all. You ain't gonna get me to worry about the Saints, brother. Y'all, it's irrelevant. Y'all irrelevant. Who that for life says, and cause Raheem Morris leaving gonna hurt y'all. Raheem Morris leaving gonna hurt us. Come on. Are you trying to be funny, brother? You trying to be funny, ain't you? You trying to be funny, man. Really? Really? Did everybody hear that? This guy said that Raheem Morris leaving is going to hurt us. Raheem Morris staying as long as he stayed hurt us. That's what hurt us. That's what hurt us. Who that for? Yeah, team. Yeah, I agree. I agree, man. I agree. Team chemistry does matter. So that's what I'm saying, man. It's the chemistry. If you're speaking about the chemistry of the Falcons, the chemistry is going to be better. That's why I want the guys to play during the preseason. Not just in training camp. So the chemistry is going to be there if the guys practice together and they play together in the preseason. But there's no chemistry in New Orleans because the team is in shambles. So shout out to everybody who been in here, man. Appreciate y'all, man. God bless y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you haven't already, do me a favor, hit that like button for me, man. I really, really do appreciate y'all. Victor says good rid of that garbage coaching. Exactly, man. Exactly. How is it going to hurt? How are you going to get worse? That's just like saying don't cut the cancer out your body, leave it in there. You get the cancer, you cut it out. You cut it out your body. That's what you do. And you go through the healing process and hopefully it doesn't return. Sometimes it crops its head back up again. Sometimes it goes into remission and it goes away. We're hoping that Kevin Stefanski can come in. Now, it's still a lot of questions surrounding Kevin Stefanski, whether or not he can win at the NFL level, whether he can be successful, coach a team into the playoffs and to the Super Bowl. That's still to be determined. I'll give you that. But by saying that we're going to be worse off because we got rid of Raheem Morris and most of those coaches, that's absolutely insanity. That's absolutely crazy talk. That kind of talking don't make any sense at all. I mean, how would you be hurt by getting rid of a coach that didn't know when to call and use his timeouts? You know, why would it hurt the team to get rid of a coach who would not play a rookie quarterback in the preseason who had never taken an NFL snap before? Like, what? Who would miss that? So Raheem Morris, I wish him nothing but the best with his defensive coordinator job and everything. Wish him nothing but the best. But I didn't like that hire when we did it. I think there were plenty of other options out there that we whiffed on. Arthur Blank dropped the ball on. I did not like the hiring of Raheem Morris from day one. From the time it was announced, I already knew what was getting ready to happen. I knew it. We had already seen it before in Atlanta with Raheem Morris. We had seen it when he took over as an interim. We saw it already. So when he was hired again a few years later, I already knew what was going to happen. So there's no hard feelings against Raheem Morris. Wish him nothing but the best. But Raheem Morris, man, I'm glad he's out of here, man. And we'll see what Kevin Stefanski can do. Who That for Life says, wait, so now Kevin Stefanski draws a question mark. Man, you know exactly what I mean. He's a new coach. He's a new coach, not a new coach in the NFL. But anytime you transition with a new coach, the good thing that we have is that we still have the core group of players that have been undercoached over these last few years. But with a new coach coming in, there might be some adjusting periods to happen. So anytime we could have got Bill Belichick to come in and coach. We could have got Mike Vrabel to come in. We could have got Vrabel to come in. And it still would have been a question mark because they're coming into a new situation, a new team. So it's always it don't matter who you bring in. It's a question mark always when it comes to coaching. Period. But I think it's still going to be better than Raheem Morris. Victor says, Rory says, what is New Orleans sorry quarterback they drafted 2 years ago couldn't throw 10 yards to his players, all interceptions. Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. And see that's what I'm trying to tell Who That for Life, man. I told just go to just go back over there to New Orleans podcast and stuff, man. Y'all got you know what they say, you got bigger fish to fry. You know, y'all got much bigger fish to fry in that locker room. Y'all got so many problems, man. Why are you over here worrying about Atlanta? Why? Why are you worried about the Falcons, man? Even though it's a rivalry with the Falcons and the Saints, man, y'all ain't. It's not even anywhere close right now, man. It's not, man. It's not anywhere close. Y'all stink. That's the only way I can put it. New Orleans stink. New Orleans is gonna be like the worst team in the NFL. The worst team in the NFL. You're going to be able to get tickets to a Saints game out of the Cinnamon Toast Crunch box by week 8 or 9. By the time week 8, 9, and 10 come around, y'all gonna be so bad, they're gonna be adding New Orleans tickets to cereal boxes nationwide. So nationwide in all 50 states, you'll be able to get tickets to a New Orleans Saints game from a cereal box that you buy at Kroger or Walmart or Publix or Ingles or wherever you live. I don't know, Piggly Wiggly. That's how bad y'all gonna be. Jay Stevens 94100 says, "Wait, y'all don't even have a quarterback." Jay Stevens, who you referring to the Falcons or the Saints? Who that for life says, "Boy, Falcon delusion is a mysterious disease, right up there with West Nile virus." Oh, so but again, you over here worrying about the Falcons though. You on the Falcons YouTube channel. You're on the Falcons YouTube channel. So that makes you delusional too, man. So you delusional right along with us. See, really, you're an undercover Falcons fan. That's what it is. It's all good, man. I feel you. I know you can't let people in New Orleans know that you are a Falcon fan. I feel you. I got you. This your safe place, man. Right here. This your safe place. Victor says, "Go home and dust off your old paper bag and put it back on your head." Yeah, they're gonna have to get that paper bag out this year in New Orleans. But it rained a lot in New Orleans now, so man, they might have to change the paper. They might have to change the plastic bags. But then again, that might suffocate them. So I mean, I don't know what to tell them. They're gonna have to put something on their heads. Something. Rory says Raheem Morris was a sorry example for a coach. Yeah, exactly. Raheem Morris again. Look, this is getting back to the whole Penix thing. Raheem Morris is a guy who everybody liked, meaning the players liked him, a good guy, likable. And that's the problem with some of the decisions that this team has made when it came to coaches, as well as what fans do as well. They get so attached to guys because they're nice guys, and they don't look at what they did on the field. They don't look at that, man. They just get so attached to the person. And so Raheem Morris, we already knew what Raheem Morris was going to be. We already knew that. It wasn't a shocker. It wasn't a shocker when what happened with Raheem Morris happened. It wasn't a shocker. Anybody with a brain knew what was going to happen. So yeah, one of the best things that we could have done was to get rid of Raheem Morris. Again, do we know if Kevin Stefanski is gonna be much better? Hey, we got to see. Week 1, we gonna see. But I truly do believe that he's gonna be better. He's already been coach of the year a couple of times. So I really do think that we have a better coach than what we had last year over the last couple of seasons. I really do believe that. Jay Stevens says the Falcons. Oh, so you're saying the Falcons, we don't have a quarterback. We got 3 quarterbacks, man. What do you mean? Jay Stevens, what do you mean? We got 3 quarterbacks, and we got a quarterback now. We even got a rookie, an undrafted rookie that's looking like a franchise quarterback. Whether or not the team starts him, I don't know. We got Tua, and Tua has looked pretty good during camp before he had the little flare up with his back. but he's looked good. We are just in the position now to put the guys together, put the people on the field, put the guy behind center that's better than the other guy. That's all we're trying to figure out now. We got to get Penix back fully healthy, cleared to play, but we got options. We got options, man. I think we are okay at quarterback, but we just got to make sure we put the right guy back there. Who that for life says for y'all eventually Falcons yourself. Then he says, always remember the Falcons were Falcons. I don't know, man. We'll see, brother. We'll see. Jay Stevens says, but who do you want starting, though, out of your three? I want, me personally, I want to see Tua and Jack Strand head-to-head in the preseason. I want to see those two guys head-to-head in the preseason. I like what I see from Jack Strand. I like his arm strength. I like his size. He's got the size and the arm strength and his ability to move. And that's something that we don't have with Tua and Penix. They're not mobile quarterbacks. They're not going to run. Tua will run a little bit more, just a hair bit more than Penix. But Tua not going to do much running. But see, Jack Strand got the physical tangibles to pick up yardage on the move when you need like a 3, 4, 5 yards and there's no play down the field. He can tuck that thing in to get you some yards. Penix is either going to take a sack, throw the ball out of bounds, or force it in somewhere and end up throwing the interception. Tua might probably take a sack, but we got Jack Strand who can actually tuck the thing in and get you a few yards that you need. So I'm leaning towards Strand. That's who I'm leaning towards for my pick. Victor says New Orleans doesn't really know if they have a franchise quarterback. They're just hoping they got their guy. Yeah, exactly. Shook, he had some spots last year to where he looked good. He looked good. I give it to him. He looked good. But New Orleans don't know what they have in the same way the Falcons don't know what they have in Penix. Although we got a good idea, a little bit of an idea of what Penix is. I just don't think he's a franchise quarterback. But New Orleans don't know you don't know what you have in Shook. You don't know what you're getting out of Shook. You really don't. Is it Shook or Show? I always say Shook. I hear people saying it differently. But you don't know exactly what you got in Shook, man. That dude could go out and stink it up this year. So New Orleans don't have New Orleans not sure what they got at quarterback. And again, you got a thin receiver room in New Orleans. And then on top of that, you got a running back room that's up in the air because Alvin Kamara is, in my opinion, Alvin Kamara can't stay healthy. So you got a dude like Alvin Kamara who is probably knocking on the door of leaving and or retirement because dude can't stay healthy. So New Orleans got problems. That's why I don't understand why New Orleans fans don't be over worried about Atlanta. Worry about New Orleans. Victor says, I'm hoping Jack Strand wins the job. Yeah, me too, man. I'm hoping he do, man. I'm hoping that we see a lot from him in the preseason that give us some confidence because I like him. I like it. I like him. I like what I see from that young man. I like it. I think it's going to come down between him and Tua when it's all said and done. And then with Penix, I don't think Penix is going to play with the Falcons. If he make it past if he don't get the starting job, Penix, I think he make it maybe he make it to the end of the season on the team, but it'll be kind of hard pressed to see him make it past the trade deadline. So if he don't get the start, I think Penix is going to probably get traded or whether it be at the trade deadline or at the end of the season. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. Might be wrong, but that's just my opinion. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss your chats when they come in. Dave Joseph says, how serious was the injury to Kendall Daniels? I don't know. Let me see. I don't know. Let me see. I saw it. I saw a little bit of it. I didn't dive into it too deeply. But let me see what they talking about. I mean, he's healthy. He's healthy right now. He's practicing. He's full participant. He's a full participant. He had a little bit of an injury, but he's a full participant in training camp. No, I know who that for life. I know y'all got Trevor Etienne, man. I know you got Trevor Etienne. But that's not going to move the needle. That ain't going to move the needle, man. Trevor Etienne is not going to move the needle for y'all. He's not. So that's nothing to write. That's nothing to write home about. Having Etienne, that ain't nothing to throw a party about, man. Victor says, what I do know for sure, the NFC South is in trouble when it's time to see this Falcons defense sack Tyler 5 times last year, and we know we'll have a top 10 secondary too. And that's it. We don't even see the defense is so much improved. The Falcons you would think like with the loss of Caden Ellis that the linebacker room would have gotten worse. But they drafted some guys and they added a couple of guys. That linebacker core is good. We already know the secondary is solid. We already know what Jesse Bates is like, the top safety in the league. I think AJ Terrell is going to have a better season than he had last year. I really do. So we don't even really just talk about this defense. The D-line is still solid. Still got Jalen Walker who can interchange between the linebacker position, the edge, all of that. We're going to get James Pierce Jr. back at some time during this season. But even without him, we still got pieces in place that can pick up the slack. So the NFC South is in trouble. The league, I'm telling y'all, this is what I'll give the Saints fans. This is what I give everybody who doubting the Falcons. Yes, we got to figure out we got three possibilities at quarterback, and we got one guy who I want. We got Jack Strand. That's who I want to start. We got to see what we have with the quarterback. But this offense, the offense and the defense, let me tell you something. Y'all don't want to see the Falcons. I'm telling you right now, you don't want to see them. You don't want to see them. That ain't being a delusional Falcon fan, because I've said that when this team has sucked, I've said so. I'm not one of them fans that see something bad and like I don't see it. No, I've called it out. But this team is going to be 100% better on defense and on offense. Mark my words. The Saints, on the other hand, will be the worst team in not just the NFC, but the worst team in the NFL, battling Las Vegas Raiders for the worst record in the league, because I think Kirk Cousins is going to stink it up over there in Las Vegas. Had a worse record probably. And the Saints are going to be like right there neck and neck with them. Jay Stevens says, bro, nobody's scared of the Falcons D. Okay, we'll see. Rory says, if you need costume for Halloween, dress up as a Saints player. I guarantee you won't get no candy. Nah, you better not come to my house. Well, if you bring your son, if a grown up come to my house with some, if a grown man or a woman come to my house with a Saints jersey on Halloween, I don't celebrate Halloween anyway, but if I did, you ain't getting no candy from it. But I'll give you little kid a piece of candy or something. Jay Stevens says, the only reason his brother got a job is because his brother is on the team. We'll see. We'll see how Avion Terrell, we'll see what he do. We'll see how he turn out. But even without Avion Terrell, this defense is still good. So I don't get it. What's your point? Dave Joseph said, I bet Zach Harrison has 8 sacks this year. Okay, yeah. Okay. Jay Stevens said, did T. Bruce drop 450 on y'all? Don't. Man, look, man. Jay Stevens and Who That for Life, Chris, man. Y'all just sit back, man, and chill. Just chill, man. David Jones, Zach gonna be a dog out there. Watch. Yes, sir. Rory says Kendall is good. He's practicing now. Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he's in there. He's a 100% go. He's practicing and everything. He's a full participant in training camp. So Kendall, he's on point. Delilah in the building. Delilah, what's going on? Appreciate you checking in, Delilah. Good to see you. Jay Stevens says, ain't they supposed to build a Bryce Young statue out? Hey, man, look. That's who we worrying about. The only somebody we worrying about, the only somebody we concentrating on is Carolina. Ain't nobody. See, y'all over here on a Falcons podcast, on a Falcons live stream, y'all over here because y'all ain't got nothing else to worry about. Y'all know y'all not beating nobody, so y'all worrying about who we need to worry about. Y'all need to worry about not having players at the age of 18 retire. That's what y'all need to worry about. That's what y'all need to worry about. Go worry about what the Saints are doing. Because the Saints are, man, y'all got it's so much y'all got to worry about, man. It's so stinking much. So much that y'all need to worry about. But y'all over here worrying about the Falcons. Why? Why? That's what I want to know. Why are y'all worried about the Falcons? Because y'all undercover Falcon. You gotta have something to talk about. I mean, it ain't gonna be nothing to talk about with the Saints for the next probably what, 4 or 5 years or so. So, I mean, I get it. You got to have somebody to talk to. I get it. Oh, okay. Delilah said she went to go see Spider-Man movie. Yep, I want my daughter brought it up. My 10-year-old, she brought up the Spider-Man movie earlier. She asked if I wanted to go see it, and I was I said I'm not a Spider-Man fan, but I want to go see that movie. I want to go see it. So I'm glad to hear that it was good. But shout out to you though, Dolores. I appreciate you always checking in. Victor says, we got dogs all across the D line. See you when the season starts. Yeah, the D line is solid. And that's what I'm saying. And that's not even accounting. Let's take James Pierce Jr. out the equation. Let's take him out of the equation. Even without him, the D line is still on point with the guys that we have. So the defense is going to be much better. Last year they had trouble stopping the run. We got better. I think the defensive line got better in the running game. They're going to be better in the running game. The linebackers we have is going to be better in coverage. They're going to be better in their blitzes, the run game too as well. And, of course, we got the secondary. We got one of the best secondaries. So everybody spend much of the time talking about this quarterback thing, but dude, when it comes to the skilled player positions on both sides of the ball, I'm telling you, those are what the Falcons have improved the most over is the skilled positions. But I 100% believe in this in the Falcons defense, that they are a good defense. 100% they're going to be better stopping the run, which is something that they struggle with. That's something that they struggle with drastically. And I think we're going to be much better with that. Jay Stevens says Saints are bad. Falcons literally right there with them. How can you explain that to me? Explain how the Falcons are bad like the Saints. I really want to understand that. Based on what both teams have done during the offseason, based on if you put the skill position players on both sides of the ball for the Falcons and on the Saints, how can you come to the conclusion that the Falcons are trash like the Saints? I agree the Saints are trash. I agree with you right there. The Saints are garbage. But how do the Falcons compare to that? That's not even comparable. It's not even comparable. Not even. Now, if you want to take Carolina and put Carolina right there with the Falcons, as far as being evenly okay. But the Saints are the Saints are bad, and I get it. They're rebuilding. They're rebuilding, so they're gonna be bad. But we have the Falcons have a win now roster. with 2 possible win now quarterbacks. I think we can win now with Tua or Jack Strand. Even though I want Jack Strand, we can win with either one of them if they play competent. They don't even have to, with the skill players that we have on the offensive side of the ball. That's the thing now. They don't have to play. They don't have to be a perfect quarterback. They don't have to be a perfect quarterback. They don't have to drop back and throw the ball 50 yards down the field every play, dropping down. They don't have to do that. You got guys that's going to be able to get open. You got guys that can run long. You got guys with speed that can streak down the middle. You got guys who you can dump balls off to in the flat and they create yardage on their own. You got it all. You got a dynamic backfield that's twitchy. Man, the Falcons ain't the Saints and the Falcons are light years away from each other. With the Saints being the worst. So that don't make sense, man, at all. It don't. It really don't. Dave Joseph said, what position group on both sides of the ball is the weakest? I would say on the defense, because it's the only reason why, and I'm high on the linebackers. But the only reason why on defense I'm gonna say the linebackers is because we really, with the exit of Caden Ellis and with the elevation of Divine Diablo now being like the head hunter now for the linebackers room. So it's his first. So it's gonna be interesting to see him as well as the other guys that we brought in, who we drafted, as well as who we brought in through free agency. It's going to be interesting to see if those guys can really put the talent that they have together. But they are probably the most unproven skill, like on the side of defense. They probably the one that in my opinion, might be the weakest. And on the offensive side of the ball, I don't really, on the offensive side of the ball, man, the weakest, I would probably say if you want to separate the tight ends from the receivers, I would say tight ends. Just based on the fact that I think that this is going to be a definitely a prove-it year, even though Kyle Pitts has shown when he played that 1 year with Matt Ryan that when you put competent quarterback play around him, that dude can be pretty good. But I really do. It's hard to find a weakness, man, on this on the skill side of the ball on the offense. It's real hard. I can't really think of it. That's just if I had to pick one. But yeah, I don't see many weaknesses, man, when it comes to the skill positions on this team. Dave Joseph, Roy Brewer says Saints will be getting the number 1 pick this year. Yep. Hey, they getting that number 1 pick, man. They getting it. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a battle between them and Las Vegas. I'm telling you, they're gonna be battling for the worst record in the league. They're gonna battle for that thing. It's gonna come down to the wire, but they gonna battle for it. Dave Joseph says, I would say Carolina match up with Atlanta's defense. Now, I agree. I agree. The Saints, the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers match up with the Falcons fairly well. I would say that Carolina Panthers match up fairly well with against the Atlanta Falcons. They got a lot of skilled. They have a lot of skilled receivers. They got guys that can run too. They got a quarterback, Bryce Young. He's small, but Bryce Young, the dude has gotten better. You got to give it to him. The dude has gotten better, man. He's gotten better reading the field. He's gotten better throwing guys open. Bryce Young looked the part now. He looked the part. I know he kind of fell apart towards the end of the year, going into the playoffs when they went to the playoffs, but they look pretty good. They look pretty good, and the defense is not shabby either. Their defense is no joke either. They got a pretty solid D-line as well. So, I mean, they match up good. They match up good with the Falcons. So that's what I said. I'm worried about Carolina. But we got these guys in the chat who thinking somebody worrying about the Saints, man. Ain't nobody worrying about the Saints. Oh, Jay Stevens, you a Panthers fan? Okay. I thought you was a Saints fan, man. I thought you was a Saints fan. So okay. You a Panthers fan? Okay, I got you. Rory says, "Watch out for my boy Sampson." True that. Victor says Hughes is the only weakness we have on D. Yeah, Hughes is a huge liability. Hughes is a last year they were tearing Hughes up. They throw the ball at him. They run to his side. Him and J.D. Bertrand at linebacker. They ran directly at J.D. Bertrand, and whatever side of the field Hughes was on, they threw the ball right over. They threw the ball right at him. So Hughes is definitely a weak spot. Man, shout out Victor for bringing up Hughes. Man, I forgot about Hughes when I said weakness. What skill positions on each side of the ball scare me the most? Yeah, I'll say that Hughes. I would say Hughes make the secondary suspect, but I don't know what kind of role he's gonna play this year. I don't know if he's gonna be like in there most of the packages, or they just gonna throw him in certain situations. We don't know. We'll see. We're stacked. Victor says we're stacked at the linebacker spot. Yep, we stacked, man. We stacked at that linebacker spot. So I'm gonna change what I'm gonna actually change what I said earlier about who I'm worried about. About the weakness, I'm gonna change that to the secondary, even though we're not that weak, but just because we still got Hughes, I'll say that that's the weakest side on the defensive side of the ball. But yeah, that linebacker core is stacked, man. They stacked. Rory says better watch out for Zachariah Branch. Yep, Rory, exactly. You got to, man. Zachariah Branch is looking like he's gonna be a solid 1B. When I say 1B, I'm talking about right there behind Drake London, 1A. Zachariah Branch looked like that dude, and he got speed. He got that breakaway speed. He got that speed that allows him to separate easily. It's like he's not even trying. So Branch is going to be a problem. Zachariah Branch is going to be definitely a problem. How do you feel? Dave Joseph says, how do you feel about the Burge signing? So he's referred to Matthew Bergeron. I'm not mad about it, but I'm also not, throwing confetti up in the air too, celebrating it. So it's I would have, like I said it earlier, I don't know if you was in when I was speaking about that contract when I first started the live stream, but I really wanted us to take care of Bijan first and foremost. I want us to go ahead and get Bijan's contract out of the way because he's like doing the hold in now. So he's at training camp, but he's not participating in anything because he's trying not to get hurt for a new contract. So I would have liked for them to have taken care of Bijan first. The money that they gave Bergeron, 4 years, $90 million, $60 million of it is guaranteed. I understand why they did it. You had Caleb McGarry to retire kind of abruptly. So you definitely wanted to make sure you kept the depth intact that you have on the offensive line with the exit of Caleb McGarry. But Bergeron plays on the left side. So now the question is, are they going to move him over to the right side? And as I said earlier, paying him that money, I really won't care if he liked the right side. I know he can play the right side, but I really don't care if he want to or not. He's going over there. Like, dude, we just gave you $90 million, bro. You going to the right side. So I don't have a problem with it, but I don't love it either. That's a lot of money for an offensive lineman. That's a lot of money. He's good. He's good in the passing game, and I think he needs to get a little bit better in run protection, in his run protection. But he's a solid lineman, a solid guard. So I'm not mad at taking care of him and locking him up, but I just want us to get Bijan out of the way. And again, the whole thing with Bijan is going to reset the whole market, the running back market. He's going to get upwards of like $23 million or more a year. And then they're trying to make sure they make him the highest paid. And then on top of that, you're trying to juggle this whole salary cap with the increasing by $20 million next year. So that's what you're looking at. But I don't hate the Bergeron signing, but I don't love it either. It's not something I'm passing out from happiness and joy about. Victor says Terrell will take that corner opposite of his brother AJ. From what I hear from Avion, that he's been looking pretty good. Hopefully he can win that spot from Hughes. And Hughes is just like that dude that break glass in case of an emergency, in case all else fails and you ain't got nobody else. You just need a body out there. You can throw Hughes out there. But Avion, let's hope he can get his stuff together. But he looked good though. He looked good. He got some good hands. He got good hands for a cornerback. Real good hands. Rory says the special teams is the only weakness. Yep, I would agree, Rory. And I would agree on that. Overall, like the biggest weakness on the team would be the special teams. It would be the special teams. They might be better. They might be better this year. We got a new special teams coordinator. So hopefully they can get the special teams taken care of, because if the special teams wasn't so bad last year, the Falcons would have been in the playoffs. I mean, we missed extra points that could have sent the game into overtime and possibly won the game for you. I mean, we had guys that couldn't snap the football to the punter that couldn't punt the ball 20 yards. Punting the ball, 15, 20-yard punts and stuff. So we just, fumbling the ball, fumbling on kickoffs and punts and all of that stuff. Penalties, holding penalties on kick returns. So all of this stuff, the special teams got to be better. And I think that's going to be the thing that's going to get Kevin Stefanski ran out of town if he don't fix it. I think they're going to give him probably 2 years. I think no matter what happens this year, I think Kevin Stefanski is going to have 2 years. But he's going to be in some big trouble if that special teams suck this year. That special teams can't suck. It can't suck like it did last year. Literally cost us I could think of 3 games off the top of my head that it cost us. Victor says special teams was a weakness until I saw what's going on in training camp. Yep. I haven't seen. I got to do a little bit more digging. I got to try to dig up some more film, more video of the special teams, what they've been doing in camp. But I hope they are improved. I hope so. They need to, cause it was bad last year. I think they're gonna have Zachariah Branch probably punt returning and kickoff returns. So I like that move. I really do. Dave Joseph says we got Kobe Bryant too, right? Yep, we got Kobe Bryant. What he got to do? What does he have to do to get better? Yeah, Kobe Bryant. Was a sneaky signing. It was a sneaky signing too, getting Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, first he got to stay healthy. He got to be available, and I think he got to do a better job of staying with receivers. So he got to do a better job with his mechanics, in my opinion. He's got to be better with his mechanics. His foot, the way that seeing what I've seen with him, the way that he allows receivers to get that first step on him and make him have to spend so much of his energy and speed trying to catch up. He's got to he's got to be more physical at the line to keep receivers from pulling away from him, if you know what I mean. He got to do better in his techniques with using his hands without causing pass interferences and stuff like that. He got to be able to be more physical with receivers. Branch is torching everyone in camp. Yeah, Branch is torching everybody. Branch is torching everybody. Branch is giving everybody the business. David Joe said, I feel like they waited on the Lions to sign Gibbs first to make sure Bijan is the highest paid in history. I agree. Yeah, I agree. They trying to make sure Bijan, they trying to make sure he's the highest paid. That's what they trying to do. He's definitely going to reset the market. He's going to be the highest paid. Victor says the Falcons just solidified the offensive line with that signing just for Bijan. It's a top 10 offensive line. Yeah, they're actually what they're doing with that Bergeron signing too. They're basically trying to make it appealing for Bijan. And Bijan already said that he liked Bergeron. He loved Bergeron. He loved the offensive line. So he actually credited Bergeron with a lot of his success. So it's no surprise that they took care of Bergeron. It's no surprise. So they want to take care of Bijan, but Bijan is gonna be useless with a crappy offensive line. And Bergeron is a solid offensive lineman. He's a solid guard. I'm not gonna dispute that. He's a solid guard. Victor says he's a monster at left guard. Yeah, he is. He He's a good. My thing is though, Victor, I wonder if they gonna move him to the right side. That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if they gonna move him over to the right side. That's gonna be an interesting thing to see if they put him on the right side with the exit of Caleb McGarry, because he could play the right side too. We'll see. Rory says Saints fan Carolina. The same thing. D-line better this year. Rise up. Yep. Sure thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be all for tonight, man. We went at 2 hours. Shout out to all you guys who checked in. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Rory, Victor, the Dave Joseph. Shout out to you, brother. Rory, shout out to you. Delilah, appreciate you checking in. Jay Stevens, even though you're a Carolina fan, shout out to you. Everybody else, Who Dat for Life, Chris, appreciate you checking in. Dan Kabis, Dan is kind. Thank you also. So everybody, all of y'all, appreciate y'all tuning in. We're going to be live a lot, so y'all stay tuned. We're going to be live a lot coming here coming into the future, going into like the preseason. This channel, we're going to focus primarily on the Falcons. I wanted to discuss the Braves tonight, but the Falcon talk got too good, and I couldn't get to it. But the Braves are surging right now. So, yeah, it's a good time to be an Atlanta fan. So, I appreciate y'all watching. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button on your way out. I appreciate y'all. Have a good night. Say your prayers. God bless y'all. I'll see you on the next live stream. It might be tomorrow, too. It might be tomorrow, so y'all stay tuned. You never know. I'll see y'all on the next one. God bless y'all.